Welcome to Inside Auto Podcast, where we feature everyone and anyone you'd want to talk to in and out of the automotive industry.
This is Ilana Shabtai with Inside Auto Podcast, and I'm here with Colby Joyner, VP of Marketing Strategy at Cavender Auto Group.
Yes.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. And
Yeah?
I finally got here after
Sweating.
from one side of the expo hall to the other. I think my heels are officially bleeding, but it's all going to be good. I got Band-Aids. All right.
Well, you've also probably been standing all day. It's quite the show.
I have been standing all day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. That
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
You know,
that's good.
but
How's the show been?
it's been good. Layout's a little bit different than obviously.
Right? Doesn't it feel a little smaller?
It does. It actually doesn't feel smaller to
Really?
me. And I think it's because you can't see it all.
Interesting.
Because you have this
Okay.
back section that we're in that it has that curve. You got to go up those steps, and it doesn't feel smaller to me. It
Interesting.
just feels a little bit more spread out. It's not just a big rectangle.
I actually really like, though, that it's in one big hall. Like, I
Yeah.
don't have to go across some bridge to get to the rest.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
must be nice.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is the focus for this NADA for you? What are you looking for?
For me, in reality, my focus for this NADA is to try to streamline a lot of the stuff that I'm new in this role at this group, and I'm jumping in and trying to figure out, okay, what are we currently doing, and how do I streamline, kind of reduce, not from a monetary perspective, but from maybe a provider perspective.
Yeah, noise.
Yep, and try to reduce that, streamline, and get as good of a process as possible with how we're going to do our spend, how we're going to do our marketing, what's the strategy of all of our various departments, and how it falls in line with the new way that we're going to be pushing.
Yeah, and now you're new to this role, like you said. So are you looking to change, like basically clean house, change things, or
No.
you feel like some things are working, some things aren't?
So I'm never the guy that goes in and just says, all right, we're going to clean house. We're going to start
Yeah.
from scratch. I have to review. I have to try to figure out like what is actually working, whether it's something I've used before or not.
Yeah.
Is it working? And if
Yeah.
it's working, I don't really want to mess with it. But if it isn't working, then I need to figure out what's my secondary option on that.
Yeah.
And then start exploring that and have enough data of how it wasn't working so that I can take that data and compare it to whenever I move to something else. Did it get better, or is it maintaining? Because if it's maintaining, then it isn't the service or the product. It's something internally in our structure
Yeah.
that we need to alter.
Now, you were at Bravo
Mm-hmm.
previous. So are there any similarities or patterns you're seeing?
Not necessarily. The group that I'm at right now has been around since 1938. They're on generation 4 for Cavender. So we have, 3 of the Cavender cousins that are kind of leading the charge on everything.
Mhm.
And this organization is very tight. Like everything's very, very tight and very clean. Great customer service, great customer base.
Yeah.
I like it. It's different from the Bravo organization, which was a great organization, but it was newer, right? So
Yeah.
we had gotten a Honda and a Nissan store in the South. And when Alex came in and kind of helped out in ownership and became one of the owners for the Bravo organization, it kind of shifted the culture a little bit in a good way for them.
Yeah.
I'm coming in here where I don't have to change that. We're not getting a new store. We're not getting, we don't have to shift our culture. It's just, I'm jumping in, trying to see if making sure I match with whatever their culture is, and how do I maximize all of that?
Yeah, I think that's great. Now, can you share with us some of the predictions that you think we'll see in 2023 for the automotive industry?
I think, in my opinion, and there'll be a lot of people around here that may not like it, but I think there's going to be a lot more of a reduction of company vendors that you would use at a store. I
Yeah.
think a lot of it's going to start getting that very tight and conglomerate. And I use Car Now as an example.
Okay.
I use Car Now because they have their showroom and desking tool that they just relaunched. They have their chat, their digital retailing, and then their dealer home, their whole thing. And it's just one place to do everything. I think that's how people are moving, is trying to grab everything under one browser.
Yeah.
I need to just have that one login and it services everything.
Like a dealer OS, like an operating system
exactly,
for dealerships.
Exactly, because I
Yeah.
think it's just getting overly complicated. And
Yeah.
as there's, turnover or shifts in the industry, you're canceling this vendor, which now that messes up your API between this other vendor. And it's,
Yeah.
I think you're going to see everything kind of tighten up in terms of how many companies they use in a store.
Yeah. And I mean, I think in parallel to that, there has to be some kind of streamline of metrics. So like, what is a lead mean across the industry? What is a CPL, a cost per, benchmarks, metrics that we can be using as an industry, so that when you do actually change over, you can always revert back to that standard, like that industry standard. So I think it's going to be consolidation, but I think it's also going to be streamlining of what, some kind of vocabulary for metrics for the industry.
Less Wild West.
Yeah, less Wild West.
Yeah, more.
That's
very
my dream
tuned.
for automotive. I hope we can achieve it.
Oh, I think we're on the right path.
Yeah.
As long as everybody continues to think forward.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming on the show.
No, thank you for having me.
Second time, actually.
Second time, I know.
Yeah.
I'm special now.
Yeah.
I feel special.
Awesome. Well, enjoy the show.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Inside Auto Podcast. Check out our other episodes with top entrepreneurs and industry leaders.